So you've got thrillers here, or suspense, and I don't quite know where you find the line on that. But tell me, do they have an uplift?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because my background's in psychology, and from a young age I wanted to write. I went to school to get a degree in psychology because I had this dream. When you're young and you think you can do anything, my dream was to take all these principles of psychology and put them into fictional stories so people who don't have that background could read and learn interactions with people, relationships, personalities, all sorts of different things, but in a fun, engaging way. So that had been my plan, but when I started to get into writing books, generally people just pick up a novel because they want to be entertained. So to have kind of trying to push that lesson, it just isn't compelling enough for a reader. So I really found that I was drawn to suspense, where there was, okay, what happens next? And this page-turning ability to find out what would happen more in the story. But I still couldn't let go of the psychology background. I did tons of research for this one. Fortunately, I haven't been in a psychiatric hospital, but it was important for me to have it as real as I possibly could. And I've since had readers talk to me who have had some experiences that are similar to some of the people in my book, and they told me that there is some accuracy there. So it's been really nice to do the research and to pull some of that in.
I, as a writer, have a hard time with setting, with sense of place. So tell me how sense of place in the San Bernardino Mountains, how that worked for you.
It's interesting because it was very hard for me at first to find a setting for it. I knew since I was 16 years old, I had read an account, a nonfiction account of a woman in a hospital, and she kind of spurred the character for this novel. But finding a place was really hard, and for whatever reason you kind of gravitate away from the places you know well. But I grew up in the San Bernardino Mountains, moved there when I was 16, stayed there for 6 years and loved it. It was just a beautiful area. There's just something about winding up those mountain roads to get to your destination. When the fog rolls in, it can be very, very scary. Sometimes it's really hard to see what's ahead of you. The pine trees are gorgeous, and it's an area where lots of people come, but there's also that privacy and some of that secrecy, so it was an excellent place to put a psychiatric
for a thriller.
hospital.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, a little bit spooky.
And we have one of those where there's a nice storm, the electricity goes out, and some things really scare some of the residents there and cause a little bit more terror than normal.